Now we are going to take into the consideration pH, right? But before we proceed with pH, you should know that whenever I talk about the chemical nature, I told you before also, I mean that the given substance is acidic, basic or neutral, right? So as you are familiar with the hydrogen ions also and the hydroxide ions also, so I would just want to tell you that if any substance has more amount of hydrogen ion, it is considered to be acidic, and if it has less amount of hydrogen ion and more amount of hydroxide ion, it is said to be basic, and if the concentration of both are similar, it is said to be neutral, right? So whenever we just talk about chemical nature, it just means the acidic, basic and neutral. You should be clear with it, right? So what is again, I'm just writing what I told you verbally, I'm just going to write it for you. So if the hydrogen ion concentration is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 7, then it means the solution is neutral, right? But if hydrogen ion concentration is like this, then the solution is going to be acidic, and if it is less than 10 raised to the power minus 7, that means it is going to be basic. So likewise, that means we have got the solutions with different concentration of hydronium ion or the hydrogen ions. So we need a certain, you can say, the quantity which just determines that whether the substance is acidic, basic or neutral, and that quantity is taken to be pH, right? So how we define the pH? pH is actually logarithm of reciprocal of hydronium ion concentration. This, as you know, that if I put bracket, there is no need of writing the concentration, but still I wrote so that you should not get confused, right? So what does pH, the mathematical expression for pH is logarithm of reciprocal of hydronium ion concentration. So I can just define my pH by this, right? And we do have another kind, like if I just want to reciprocate it, then what I'll be, how I'll be defining the pH? The pH is negative of logarithm of hydronium ion concentration. So that means I can write in this way also, minus logarithm of hydronium ion concentration. So likewise, we can write the pH, right? Now, what is actually the values of the pH or how the pH can be determined, like, but before we proceed, I just want to tell you that how you have to solve for the pH, right? So if I have the question, right, like if I tell you that you need to calculate the hydronium ion, or you can say the pH of solution whose hydronium ion concentration is already given, that is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 moles per liter. Then how you are going to do it? So for just write an expression for it. pH is equal to negative of logarithm of hydronium ion concentration. This is the original formula which I told you, right? Now just put the value of the concentration of the hydronium ion. So it is pH of minus log of 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 moles per liter, right? So further solving it, I get pH is equal to 7 log 10, which comes out to be 7. So that means pH is 7, and anything which is 7 is having pH 7 is considered to be neutral, right? So this is how you're going to do. And another example what I'm putting up for you. Suppose I want to calculate the pH for a HCl solution whose concentration is given as 0.0001 molar HCl solution, right? So how I'm going to solve for it? Again, I'm writing the formula for it. pH is equal to minus log hydronium ion concentration. Putting this value, I have minus log. If I'll then just solve it, I can write in this manner also, right? You know that I can just count the zeros. So minus log 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 4. Solving for it, I have 4 log 10, which comes out to be 4. And any substance which pH 4 is said to be acidic, right? So this is how you're going to solve for the pH. I think it is clear now that pH is the logarithm of reciprocal of hydronium ion concentration, like this, or it is negative of logarithm of hydronium ion concentration, and this is how you can just put the values into it and you can get the answer for it, right? So how will you define that? Like if you get or how we can calculate the pH? So there are two methods to calculate the pH. One is the pH paper, right? This I'll show you with the live experiment. So first do it just this way, then I'll show you that how different solutions have the different pH on the pH paper, or what, or you can say the changes we observe when we just dip a pH paper into it, right? So this we'll be discussing with the live example now. So just taking another, I'm just telling you that how we can determine the pH. It is by the pH paper and it is by a pH meter, right? pH meter is actually, you can say, an instrument which gives an appropriate result, and this pH meter actually consists of the reading from 0 to 14, right? And we have just separated them with a marking like this, and the 7-1 is considered to be neutral. The 7-1 is considered to be neutral, right? And this indicates the acidic strength, and this indicates the basic strength. Right? And this is neutral. Right. So this is how the scale just give us the information, like we just dip that electronic scale into a sample for which we have to calculate the pH, and just automatically gives the record the values, and by just looking at the value that it is 7, 8, 9, so we can just tell that yes, it is acidic, basic or neutral, right? So this is how we know we get this pH. Now the question, very important aspect of this pH is that, like, if you add water to it, what happens? Like if you have an acid and you add water to it, so the pH will decrease or increase, or if you add water into the base, the pH will increase or decrease. This question, just hold that, this question we'll be discussing after the discussion of this topic, right? So just what I want to tell you is that we just this thing divide 0 to 14 scale into the acidic, basic and neutral value, and the acid which you can say the substance which has pH up to 2 are strong acids, between 2 to 4 is moderately acidic, and these are weak acid. 7-1 is neutral, right? 8 to this they consider to be a weak base, moderate base and strong base. So this is how we just you can say that how the given samples are more acidic or less acidic, or more basic or less basic. So the question, the topic which I was telling you before, that I told you to hold on, is that if I add water to an acid, like if I get a sample, first again I'm just telling you, I have a sample and I just ask you that yes, this is a sample, check for it, that what is the chemical nature of it. What you are going to do, you are just going to dip the pH meter or a pH paper, whatever you use, and it's just going to record the value, right? Suppose it has got the value 6, say, for an example. So you know that the 6 fall under the category of acid. Yes, it is a weak acid, but still it is an acid. So you are just going to answer that yes ma'am, it is an acid, and but the nature is that it is a weak acid because its pH is 6, and we know that lesser is the pH, more acidic is the substance, right? Now what I am telling you, I am just adding more water to it, and I am just again giving you that sample, and I am just asking you now just check the pH for it. And when you are checking the pH, what happens? The pH will exceed the 6 value or it will decrease the 6 value. Obviously you are right, it will just increase from the 6 because the acidic strength just decrease with the dilution, right? Whenever you just dilute the acid, the pH just increase, that means it becomes less acidic, right? And similarly, when you have a base and you just dilute it, that means its basic character will increase or decrease. Obviously you are right, it will decrease. So that means its pH, what will the effect on the pH? The value will increase or decrease? It will decrease. So keep in mind, on diluting, the value of acidic acids will increase and the value of basic will decrease, because lesser is the pH, more it is acidic, greater is the pH, more it is basic in nature. So this is how you just have to tell by using the pH meter or pH paper, that how you can just determine the pH and how you can solve for the pH as well if you have got the concentration for the hydronium ion, right? pH actually plays a very important role in almost every field, right? for an example, there is a certain pH on at which our body works, or the chemical reactions which are occurring in body, they just occur at a definite pH, right? Similarly, we have a specific pH for mouth also. Otherwise, that if the pH just get disturbed, that means our tooth starts decaying, right? Similarly, we have a definite pH you can say for growing plants in soil. That means there are few soils which are sensitive to the acidic fertilizer or sensitive to the basic fertilizer. That means the pH of soil, again in agriculture, the pH of soil serves an important value. Similarly, if we talk about the preservatives, there also the pH plays an important role. That means the pH is serving almost a very important function, because if we know the pH, then only it is just going to you can say perform its function in a well manner. So pH has a great importance in many tasks, that is, as I told you, in the functioning of human body as well, and many of the chemical reactions which are occurring in food preservative techniques also, or preparing any sample also, and also in terms of agriculture as well. So therefore the pH serve as an important you can say the example, or it is an important aspect that you must know.